What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the Heat Report. Welcome back to a brand new video where we talk all things Miami Heat basketball. And here you guys finally have it, the long-awaited preview of the Miami Heat versus Milwaukee Bucks Round 1 series. Now in this video is going to be specifically talking about the offensive game plan against the Bucks. I will be doing a video that's going to be uploaded tomorrow about the defensive game plan, so that you guys can get both sides. This is a very, very big, series for us. So I want to make the predictions a little bit more in depth. And I mean the preview, not the predictions, a little bit more in depth, so that you guys can get some insight as to what I think our offensive and defensive game plan should be. And yeah, man, I'm super excited for this series. The series is announced. It's going to be starting on Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern time on ESPN. So yeah, it's gonna be a great series. I'm super excited for it. So before we get into the preview, make sure you guys drop a like, subscribe, and comment down below what you guys think about what our offensive game plan should be against the Bucks. And our defensive game plan will be uploaded on, I think, tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. So yeah, don't forget, if you guys are new, make sure to subscribe, man. Join the community. We're growing every day, so that's a very good sign to see. And yeah, you guys are absolutely the best. So let's get right into it, man. So I have a couple of keys, let's say 5 keys to the Miami Heat's offensive game plan against the Milwaukee Bucks. And the first key to the offensive game plan is beat them from the three-point line. The Milwaukee Bucks are going to give up threes. I've been harping on that same point since we were doing the preview for the game against them a week ago. The Milwaukee Bucks will give up threes. You do not have to worry about that whatsoever. They play the drop coverage, which is when the big sags off, or anyone sags off on a pick and roll set by the opposite team. So if Bam is setting a pick and roll for Gordon, and when he's setting a pick and roll, Brook Lopez is going to drop because he wants to protect the roller. He wants to protect the paint points coming from the roller. The Milwaukee Bucks use this drop coverage very, very heavily. Hence why they are number one in paint points. They're number one in paint defense. I think they're tied with us, actually. They're very, very good at defending the paint because of their drop coverage. The downside to this drop coverage, though, is that they give up a lot of open threes. So if any team capitalizes on their open shots, they can easily beat the Milwaukee Bucks. So we have to take our chances. I mean, we have to take our opportunities when we're given at the three-point line. We cannot be, passing up on good shots. Duncan's going to be big this game. We're going to get some open threes, and we have to, we have to capitalize. We have to capitalize because I know Drew Holiday said it, I think last night. He was like, man, I think the Milwaukee Bucks, I think we're more talented than the Heat. And they probably are. I mean, to be honest, I don't think he said anything wrong. I think off top, if you look at star players, they probably are more talented. But the Heat play as a well-oiled machine in the playoffs. They play, as a team. They don't have individuals on their team. Yeah, we have Jimmy Butler, but he fits, a system. The Milwaukee Bucks, I don't really think have that well-oiled of a machine as the Miami Heat do, especially in a 7-game series. So I think we can win this series. I'm not gonna, predict a sweep or anything. My prediction is a series going to 6 games with the Heat coming out on top. But I think that if we capitalize from the three-point line on 4 of these games, I do think we can win all 4, especially with Jimmy Butler being healthy. He missed all the games against the Milwaukee Bucks, so even the games that we did capitalize on the three-point line, it just wasn't enough because we didn't have our best player. But with Jimmy being there, I think if we take our chances and if we take our shots and we make our shots from the three-point line, which are going to be given to us, we have a great chance to win any game. So capitalizing from the three-point line is the first key to beating the Milwaukee Bucks because they're going to be giving up open threes. The second key is Bam is going to have to be aggressive. If Brook Lopez is going to be playing Bam the way he played Bam against the Heat on, I think, last week, then Bam is going to have to take those mid-range shots. I know Jimmy Butler wants him to put his head down, but he wasn't even doing that when he was given the space. He was looking for dribble handoffs. Bam is adept at shooting the mid-range jumper. He has to capitalize on that. Brook Lopez was just sitting in the paint, daring him to shoot, and Bam was just, Bam was literally doing everything that Brook Lopez wanted him to do. He was not shooting the ball. He was looking for dribble handoffs, looking for cutters. If Bam is given that much space, he's gonna have to pull the jumper because people are gonna have to respect that. You know, Brook Lopez eventually, if he drains the jumpers in game 1, in game 2, best believe Brook Lopez is stepping up, and he won't be sitting in the paint blocking any cuts or doing any of that. He's going to be focused on Bam shooting the mid-range jumper if he knocks a couple down, and if he keeps the defense answered, right? If he makes the defense work, he's going to earn the respect of the defense. So Bam is going to have to step up as far as not even shooting the mid-range jump shot, but when he's given space, he has to attack. He has to put his head down sometimes too. You know, we need Bam to be the best Bam that he can be. You know, that 5 points or whatever he had against the Bucks in a couple games ago, that's not going to cut it whatsoever, man. Not in a playoff series. So Bam is going to have to step up. We all know that. Number three, do not turn the ball over. The Bucks team is very, very adept, man. The Bucks team is very adept at, you know, picking passes out of passing lanes. They have great defenders. Drew Holiday is an all-NBA caliber defender. Giannis just won Defensive Player of the Year last year. You know, Chris Middleton is an above-average defender. DiVincenzo is no slouch in the defensive end. Brook Lopez is a good rim protector. And off the bench, you know, PJ Tucker, they have really good defenders. We have to make sure that we take care of the ball, especially that second unit. We cannot afford to, you know, throw any sloppy passes or do anything like that when they have guys that can run in transition, you know. And that's pretty simple, man. I'm not going to go too in depth into this key because everyone knows turning the ball over means bad things. So we have to keep hold of the ball. The fourth key is bench production. We got outscored. Our bench got absolutely, you know, dominated by the Milwaukee Bucks bench last time we played them. Bryn Forbes had 21, and I think Bobby Portis had. I think Bobby Portis scored in double figures too. The only one who scored in double figures was Goran. So we have to make sure we keep up with their bench. I think off top on paper, I like our bench. Like if you look at head-up matchups, you know, Pat Connaughton and Tyler Hero. I'm taking Tyler. Bryn Forbes and Goran. I'll take Goran, but I won't be surprised if someone took Bryn Forbes out there because Bryn Forbes is a very good player. I love Bryn Forbes. I think he was a great player with the Spurs. And if it's a playoff series, I'm taking Goran any day of the week. But Bryn Forbes is no slouch. I think I think Iguodala and PJ Tucker will cancel each other out. Because they're not scorers. They're defensive guys that can occasionally hit the 3-point shot. So I think, you know, take who you want between Iggy and PJ. Doesn't matter to me. And then Bobby Portis, Dwayne Dedmon. You know, Bobby Portis is probably the better player, but Dwayne Dedmon has been playing really, really well since he got to Miami. So that's a good matchup. The bench is a very good matchup. The bench is going to be very key, man. It's going to be very, very key, and we're going to have to make sure that our bench outscores their bench in almost every game here because we tend to have a drop off sometimes when our starters go out, especially Jimmy. Like, we kind of fall apart sometimes without him, so we have to make sure that Goran picks up the slack, and someone's gonna have to step up, man. Someone's gonna have to be a 20-point scorer in these playoffs, along with Jimmy. I know Bam, and I'm not even talking about Bam. You know, Bam wasn't even a 20-point scorer. If you look at last year's playoffs, I think Bam was like averaging 18, 19. Goran was at 20. I think Goran was our leading scorer actually until the finals. He was at 21 and Jimmy was at 20. So yeah, someone's gonna have to step up off the bench to help Jimmy and Bam out, and it's gonna have to be either Goran or Tyler. One of them is gonna have to step up, and we're gonna need it not only for this series, but if we move on from the series against probably the Brooklyn Nets, we need all that. So that's the fourth key, is the bench production, and the fifth key is controlling the tempo. We have to play at our own pace. You guys all know, we love to play at a very slow pace. The Heat are one of the slowest paces in the NBA. We love to slow it down, and I think that actually suits us in a 7-game series, especially in like a half-court set. You know, when it's a 7-game series in a playoff setting, that's why that's why the Heat are very built for the playoffs, because they play at a very slow tempo. So they're very patient offensively, and they're just very, very, you know, veteran savvy kind of in the playoffs. Like in a half-court set, you would rather play at a slower pace than a faster pace in a 7-game series, especially if you're playing against the same team 7 times. Like, no way. So I think the Heat should be able to, they should be able to control the pace, but you never know. If you turn the ball over, the pace goes swings back to the Bucks, favor, because they're going to be running in transition. So that goes hand in hand with not turning the ball over, and that goes hand in hand with the 3-point shots. We have to make sure we capitalize on the 3-point shots. Swinging the ball, extra passes. We are very, very good at passing the ball. We're top 10 in assists, if I'm not mistaken. So controlling the pace is going to be very important, especially because the Bucks like to play fast. And those are the 5 keys to the game plan, the offensive game plan against the Bucks. If you guys missed it, number 1 was beating them from the 3-point line. Number 2 was having Bam be more aggressive. Number 3 was not turning the ball over. Number 4 was getting more bench production than they are. Number 5 is controlling the tempo. Obviously, there are more keys, like Jimmy's gonna have to play well, but I'm not worried about that. Jimmy's gonna play well. Jimmy's gonna be Jimmy, man. Jimmy's gonna be Jimmy. I'm not worried about him at all. Maybe some other stuff like Trevor Ariza's gonna have to hit his threes, maybe. Dwayne Dedmon's gonna have to play well off the bench, but these are all secondary. I think Trevor Ariza is more there for his defense. If he spaces the floor, it's amazing. But he still can get hot from 3. I'm not saying he's a liability on the offensive end, but he's very smart, Trevor. So I think he'll figure it out. He's a veteran. Dwayne Dedmon, veteran. I'm not worried about them. I'm worried about the younger players on our team who haven't been in as many playoff series, which is kind of weird for me to say because we just won the finals last year. But it's a lot of people are saying it's different because it was in a bubble setting. So I want to see how they do in an actual setting, because there will be fans. There will be fans. I think it's limited capacity, but there will be fans. We are playing in Milwaukee for game 1. We're not playing in Miami, so we're playing in Milwaukee. It's going to be home court advantage. We have to see how we cope with all that, right? I think we can. I think that bubble talk was all nonsense. I think we'll be fine as far as, players stepping up, but we just have to see it. So yeah, that's probably going to be it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, man. I will be doing the defensive game plan and uploading that tomorrow. So make sure you guys save your comments on the defense for tomorrow. For the offensive game plan, though, make sure you guys give me everything that you guys have. If I didn't say some stuff, if I didn't mention some stuff, make sure y'all drop that in the comments below. Drop a like, subscribe if you guys are new, as always. And yeah, I'll see y'all later as always, man. Peace.